With the Overwatch 2 beta now online, today I will be rating the new looks of our favorite heroes. Disclaimer, this video is purely my opinion. If you disagree, that is perfectly fine, but please do not be a jerk. First on the list we have Ana. I like the sleekness of her design. It looks like she is ready to jump into combat at any moment. However, I am not too keen on the scarf. I feel like it doesn't need to be there and just makes the head area look busy for no reason. Overall, I would give this redesign a 7.5 out of 10. It gets the job done, but could use a few minor tweaks in my opinion. I think Ashe nailed the futuristic cowgirl look. She also looks like a leader of a crime ring you would see on the new Law and Order episodes. There's also a level of power to her design. By looking at her, you know that Ashe is in charge because of how confident she carries herself. Now for Bob. Bob is perfect. End of story. I give this redesign an 8 out of 10, it just works so well. Next we have Baptiste. I feel like compared to the other more complex Overwatch 2 designs, this redesign looks out of place. The color scheme is very similar to the free combat medic skin from a few years ago and the redesign looks almost exactly like that skin. Overall, I would give this redesign a 5.5 out of 10. This redesign just misses the mark, and I think Baptiste deserved better. Bastion's redesign is cute, I'll give him that. It's just wholesome that he got adopted by Torbjorn and has a little hat now. However, besides the hat, Bastion has not changed much besides looking shinier than his Overwatch 1 self. Since he was adopted by Torbjorn and a decade has passed since Overwatch 1's lore, wouldn't Bastion have more scrap metal in him? I am giving this design a 6 out of 10. If the redesign was a mix of old Bastion and Torbjorn metal, I think I would have given it a higher number. Brigitte is another redesign I really like. I like how this redesign feels like an evolution of her Overwatch 1 look. She has learned so much from her travels with Uncle Reinhardt and she was able to create a suit that reflects her combat lessons. She is all grown up. I am giving this redesign an 8.5 out of 10. I think this redesign does a good job of showing Brigitte's evolution as a character. I also think Cassidy nails the futuristic cowboy vibe. He looks like he would be the main character of a sci-fi Clint Eastwood movie reboot. I think the Overwatch 2 redesign still feels like Cassidy. Like Brigitte, this redesign feels like an evolution of the character's personality. He also reminds me of Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption. This redesign gets an 8 out of 10 from me. I think the sci-fi and western themes are balanced nicely. I don't mind the D.va redesign too much. With this redesign, it feels like D.va has advanced in her video game / battle mech pilot career. I do miss the all-pink mech, since I feel like that was one of the most recognizable aspects of her original design. Overwatch 2 takes place a decade after Overwatch 1, and this design feels like D.va is proud of how far she has come in her life at the age of just 29. I give this redesign a 7.9 out of 10. Since I feel like D.va's personality doesn't shine as much in this redesign compared to her original one. I think Doomfist's redesign makes him look very regal. I hope they use this design in an animated short, because I think it looks amazing. I give this redesign an 8 out of 10, because I like how it builds off the original outfit of Doomfist. Echo's Overwatch 2 redesign is perfection. Seriously, how could anyone top perfection? A solid 10 out of 10 from me. Why are they giving Genji clothes? He's a cyborg, so he really does not need them since he doesn't have anything sensitive he has to cover. I think would have made this redesign look better was if we actually saw Genji's face, or at least part of it like in his archive skin. I feel like the clothes don't add anything to his design and for that I am giving it a 5 out of 10. Hanzo's new design is just moi. I think the more casual attire works better for him than Genji. Hanzo's new design still looks serious, but it also seems he wouldn't mind going out for something to drink with the rest of the Overwatch team. I love everything about this design, and for that it's a 9.5 out of 10. I think this design does a better job at showcasing Hanzo's personality. I'm kind of on the fence about this design. I feel like Junkrat would have more missing limbs due to his love for anything that goes kaboom. If anything, I feel like this brings more stability to Junkrat's style, when his personality is the opposite. He should look more Mad Max, not less. I'm giving this redesign a 6 out of 10. It's okay, but I think more could have been done. Junker Queen is the newest addition to Overwatch and I think she nailed the Mad Max-esque design. She looks like someone who has actually lived in a dystopian landscape, whereas Overwatch 2 Junkrat does not. I give Junker Queen a 9 out of 10. Lucio was one of the earliest redesigns the Overwatch community saw and personally I think the design is fine. I like how his suit looks almost like sport workout wear, since we know that Lucio loves to play sports alongside making music. I give this design a 7.8 out of 10. His skates don't look too different from the original, and I wish they were streamlined more to match his outfit. I think Mei's new look is really nice and I like how it builds off her original outfit from Overwatch 1. I do wish that Snowball got a little bit of an upgrade to his design. Maybe give him a little bow tie. I think Mei's new look is fine, but it doesn't make me go wow like some of the other redesigns. She gets a 7.5 out of 10. Mercy's new look gives her a more guardian angel vibe than her original design did. The Overwatch 2 redesign fits the angelic theming of Mercy better than her original design did, due to the style of her outfit. She also somewhat looks like she would fit in with Palutena in the Kid Icarus series. An overall good redesign, I give it an 8 out of 10. I really like how Moira embraced the mad scientist look. She looks like she would be in a dark laboratory, chuckling to herself as potions brew. It seems like the Overwatch team went for a sort of Dr. Frankenstein look for Moira, which fits her personality and lore well. I really like the direction the team took for Moira, and give this redesign an 8.5 out of 10. Orisa's new design looks amazing. She looks truly like the hero of Noonbon E that she has wanted to be for so long. I need to see an animated short where Orisa fights against Talon forces. It would look epic. Her design gets an 8.5 out of 10. Pharah's Overwatch 2 look is very similar to her Overwatch 1 appearance. To me, it just looks like her suit got clunkier for no reason. 6 out of 10. Overwatch 2 Reaper looks more ghost-like than original Reaper. He isn't over or under-designed. He looks closer to the shadows than before. However, I do wish the mask become withered to look eerie. I think if the mask was withered, it would make Reaper look scarier. It would make Reaper look more like a figure you wouldn't want to encounter with the lights off. This redesign gets an 8 out of 10 in my books. I always liked Reinhardt skins where you could see his face, so I am happy with his redesign. I like that now he looks more like a cybernetic knight. He also kind of looks like Santa Claus with that beard of his and I hope he gets a Santa skin in the future. However, I like the shorter beard more. Reinhardt never seemed like the kind of person that would just let his beard become long and possibly unkept. Due to this, I give this redesign a 7.8. Roadhog looks like the leader of a biker gang, and I am perfectly fine with that. Compared to Junkrat, I think Roadhog pulled off the dystopian look. Compared to the original design, I think this design does a better job at showcasing Roadhog's silent but deadly personality. He looks like the villain from classic slasher movies. Since Roadhog in his lore is a ruthless person who commits crimes where people end up in graveyards, this is a fitting redesign. I give it an 8. Sigma looks like a robot. That's not a bad thing, in fact I think it fits him well since the man is very intelligent. Sigma before looked slightly cluttered, but this redesign takes out the little spiked balls on his shoulder and gives his outfit a better color scheme. Overall, I give this design a 7.8. Visually it looks nicer than the original version, however I was not fond of those giant metal shoulder pads. I like everything about 76's redesign, except the hair. The hairstyle looks odd on him. 76 looks like an older Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. I think a hairstyle similar to this would look far better on 76. I am giving this design an 8 out of 10 because I think the hairstyle doesn't live up.
Pardon the sudden interruption, but due to some technical challenges with the original text-to-speech program, the voiceover will be different from this point in the video onwards. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Sombra's new design looks like something out of Cyberpunk 2077. I like the color scheme of this new design, as the blue works well with the shades of purple. Sombra is known to be charismatic and a bit of a trickster, and I think this design goes a good job at giving Sombra a fresh new look. Overall, I give Sombra an 8. I really like Sojourn's design. Like many other heroes in the game such as Doomfist, Cassidy, Torbjorn, Sojourn also needed cybernetic upgrades to her body, and the Overwatch team did a good job at designing her cybernetics. When it comes to cyborg characters or skins, the Overwatch team does great at that in general. I cannot wait to see her upcoming animated short, and I give her a 9 out of 10. For Symmetra, I think her redesign makes her look very elegant and royal. Similar to Brigitte, this feels like an evolution to Symmetra's original outfit, but it still maintains her personality. Her new outfit also reminded me of her Oasis skin. However, one thing I noticed about this design was that Symmetra has a hair out of place. Symmetra's lore focuses on her want for harmony and order. So why does she have a hair out of place? It just seems out of character for her. I rate it 8.5 out of 10. I think Torbjorn's redesign is much better than his original design. Torbjorn is a craftsman, engineer, and I think this look reflects that better. Before, his design looked more like a suit of armor, rather than as someone who builds great machines. I also prefer the braided beard to the loose one. I give this design an 8 out of 10. Tracer's Overwatch 2 look is amazing. I think her redesign is one of the best in the game. This design appears to be honoring her original design, instead of completely changing like other heroes. Since Tracer is the poster girl of the game, it makes sense they would still want her to be recognizable in her redesign. The one thing I don't really like about the redesign is the exposed ankles. But they also got rid of her Crocs, so that makes up for it. A 9.5 out of 10. I'm neutral towards Widowmaker's new look. On one hand, the spider elements don't really blend well with this updated femme fatale look. I don't really like her braid, and I think a simple ponytail would have worked. This version of Widowmaker feels over-designed, whereas the Overwatch 1 variation had the perfect balance of spider and femme fatale. This gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I like how Winston's new outfit looks more like an astronaut suit. It's a nice reference to the fact he grew up on the moon. After doing some Googling, I found that male gorilla's fur turns silver as they age, making them a silverback. Since Overwatch 2 is set a decade into the future, it would be cool to see some of Winston's fur turning silver as a nice detail. Overall, I think this design is a 7 out of 10. It looks nice, but it just feels like it is missing something. Overwatch 2 Hammond looks a lot like his astronaut-themed skins. Hammond is adorable in his little onesie, but the mech feels blah and not much is changed about it. I think more could have been done with the mech, so I am giving Hammond a 6 out of 10. Pardon my bluntness, but this redesign looks like an epic tier Zarya skin for the anniversary event. compared to the other designs. This skin doesn't make me go wow when I look at it. Zarya gets a 4 out of 10. Zenyatta already had a simple design in Overwatch 1. And his redesign is a bit more busy compared to the original but still relatively simple. Here, he looks more like a traveling monk, with his new scarf and pants that appear to be made of a thicker material. This is a very good look for Zenyatta and simple works best for Zenyatta. He gets an 8 out of 10. Thank you everyone for watching. What are your favorite Overwatch 2 looks? Share your opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time.